short notice. As you can see, there is a lot of activity going on in the ground for the preparation of 12th Rashtriya Sanskriti Mahotsav. The Rashtriya Sanskriti Mahotsav is the flagship cultural festival of the Ministry of Culture, Government of India. And this year, for the first time, we are getting it to the Telugu states of Andhra Pradesh and Telangana. This is the 12th Rashtriya Sanskriti Mahotsav, which started in 2015. The first two Rashtriya Sanskriti Mahotsav took place in Delhi. After that, a decision was taken that we would move the festival to various parts of India in different states so that people of one state come to know about the culture and traditions, the dances, the performing arts, visual arts, cuisine of various states, of various parts of India. The festival is organized together by the 7 zonal culture centers of the Ministry of Culture. They are basically the North Zone Culture Center with its headquarters in Patiala. Then you have the North Central Zonal Culture Center with its headquarters in Allahabad, Prayagraj. Then we have the Eastern Zonal Culture Center with its headquarters in Kolkata. The Northeast Zonal Culture Center with its headquarters in Dimapur. Then we have the South Central Zonal Culture Center with the headquarters in Nagpur. The West Zone Culture Center with its headquarters in Udaipur. And South Zone Culture Center which is headquartered in Tanjore. So all the 7 zonal culture centers, they come together to host this festival. So as you can see where we are sitting, this is called the Angan. So all the zonal culture centers, they make their Angans, and all the states of India are member states of one or the other zonal culture center. So once you enter the Angan, you will be transported to those states of the country which are part of that zonal culture center. So craft stalls are put up, the ambience is decorated in such a way so that it reflects the member states of that zonal culture center. Apart from the artisans, we also have the cultural performances, and the main focus is on the folk artists. So all the zonal culture centers, they get folk artists from their different member states, and this time we have almost 540 folk artists who have travelled from all parts of the country to Rajamundry, who will be going onwards to Warangal and then to Hyderabad. Apart from that, we also have invited the local artists to showcase their performances here as part of the Mahotsav. So around 80 local artists from the state of Andhra Pradesh are joining in the Mahotsav, apart from around 200 from Rajamundry who are going to do the Shobha Yatras along with the Zonal Culture Center artists. They will be taking out 2 Shobha Yatras in Kakinada and in Rajamundry. We also showcase the classical dance forms from different parts of India. So at Rajamundry, we are showcasing the Odissi and Manipuri. On the first day, Srimati Aloka Kanungo, who is a very famous Odissi dancer, she would be giving her performance here. And on the second day, we have an instrumental ensemble of Shri P. Jai Bhaskar, which is called the Tal Vadya Kacheri. We usually start with the folk performances, then we go on to the classical performance, and towards the end, because we also want to recognize the popular music contribution, which is also part of our culture. So that is also made part of the Mahotsav, and we usually invite the well-known popular artists to come and present their concert. So on the first day, we are having Shri S.P. Charan, the son of late legendary S.P. Balasubramaniam, and Srimati U. Sunita. While on the second day, we are having Srimati S.P. Selja and Shri Vande Mataram Srinivas, who is a very famous composer from Andhra. So this is the lineup for both the days. The Rashtriya Sanskriti Mahotsav focuses on 3 C's. That's what we call the culture, the crafts, and the cuisine. So we also have a cuisine portion where we will be having cuisine from the 7 zonal culture center states, and also the local cuisine also would be made part of the cuisine stalls. So around 30 cuisine stalls are also being put up. The special thing about the don't ticket the Mahotsav at all, because we want the general public to come and see the different arts, crafts, which usually they would not get a chance to see the established artists perform for them. So we always want the audience participation. It's like a Jan Bhagidari. We don't want to ticket it and limit it to a certain number of audience. So everybody is free to come and take part in the Mahotsav. We will have during the day the craft thing would be inaugurated on 26th in the afternoon by the Honorable Governor of Andhra Pradesh. And in the evening, we'll have our Honorable Union Minister for Culture, Tourism and Donor, Shri Kishan Reddy ji, who will come over to inaugurate the cultural function. And on the second day, we are expecting the Union Minister of State for Culture and External Affairs, Mrs. Meenakshi Lekhi, to grace the function. So both the days, I hope that people of Rajamundry, they take part in the Mahotsav in a large function, because this Mahotsav is for the public. It is not for only a selected few. This is for the public, so we would want our friends in the media to please share this information as much as possible with the general public. It's also a weekend, a Saturday and Sunday, so I'm sure we would have a large audience participation who will enjoy the festival which we will be putting up for the people of Rajamundry. I can take the questions now.